to Finding Calm in the Chaos. I am Denise Sith, and this is my podcast. Hello, everyone. Denise Sith here. Welcome to another episode of Finding Calm in the Chaos. Happy Wednesday. Today we're going to talk about something. I get this, I'm not knocking them again, but they put themselves out there. So I feel like they almost kind of like bring attention to themselves. Who am I talking about? MLM people. For people who don't know what MLM is, it's multi-level marketing. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. Most people do not exceed at it. Less than 2% of people succeed in it. The other 98% lose money, sometimes a lot. What it is this wonderful, it could be borderline cult-like mentality. Sometimes it falls right into cult-like mentality. But it is a huge sense of community that, I don't want to use the word praise, but targets, is a big, group and mass, for women who are looking for community and other women, right? You're winning, girl. You go, queen. Sister, you're the best. Okay. So I know I've been there. I get it. But there is a lot of pressure in the mentality that you should be always working the hustle. Okay. And I'm seeing this because it gets tiring. How do I know? Because I've been there. Okay. You're constantly in the hustle to strive to do more. Okay. It's not even just MLM. Okay. The world, okay, puts all this pressure on us. Do more, have more, be better, dig deeper. It's just, don't stop. And it's ridiculous, is what it is. It's ridiculous. There has to be this happy medium, okay, where you can enjoy the present moment and still strive for a better life. And you need to do that by accepting your current position. Hear me out here. You will actually do better in your hustle. Okay, I hate to say that because I feel like this hustle mentality is like going right out the door, right? This is getting passé. It is. This hustle mentality. When I listen to videos of people who are talking about their hustle, I roll. Because it's bullshit. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're constantly in a hustle, how the hell are you enjoying life? I don't need you to brag to me about enjoying your life. I mean, I don't care about the car that you're saying your company's paying for when it's really not paying for it. What that means is here, I'm going to put this out there right now. Okay. And anybody who wants to come at me from an MLM and tell me otherwise. Yep, that's my dog. It happens like in every episode. I feel that if you are going to tell me that your MLM gives you a car, I'm going to call you on your bullshit. Because what happened is in reality, and then I want you to send me your comp plan, and I'm going to show you, because you might not even understand that you're paying for your car, that you took that risk on 100%. And that what you're delivering, this message that your company gave you a car for your esteemed, position and excellent hustle, is essentially a lie in social media to get people to join your team. And they're never going to have that. And you're probably never going to hit it again either. Because this is what the comp plan most likely says. Okay? Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. But I have people still posting about how their company bought them a car. And they didn't. If you hit a certain rank at some MLM companies, you will get a car stipend. And let's round it off to $500. Okay. And so you hit that. Most likely not, I would say that 99.9% of the time, it's because you're a cowboy or a cowgal, whatever you want, and you recruited a bunch of people. And so your team recruiting got you into that level, because it's a hell of a lot of personal sales to do it that way. Okay. And it's mostly never set up the MLM structure for you to do it with customer acquisition. It's always going to be for recruitment. Okay. So through your cowboy cowgirl exercises of recruitment, right? You wrangled all the troops in, you hit a certain rank that allowed you to have a $500, what they're going to call auto car, stipend. And so you have to go to a car dealership, and it has to be a certain amount. It has to be a newer car, never an older car, always a newer car. You know why? Because it costs more money. That's why. And it looks better when you're posting. I mean, what's going to look better, that you bought a Honda, or that you bought a Cadillac Escalade? You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to get that $500 stipend. But in reality, you're going to the car dealership and you're leasing a car yourself in your name, under your responsibility. And the payments are going to be probably, depending on your credit, over $500. Unless you put like a shitload down. But I'm guessing if you're working a side hustle and an MLM, you're probably struggling with finances. So your car payment's going to be anywhere between, $500 and maybe $650. If you're in credit issues, it's going to be higher. That's normal now, guys, if you didn't know that. Just saying, okay? And then let's just say next month, you don't hit that rank. Because, half the time, if you recruit 100 people and 12 of those people actually work the business, those are good odds in MLM. It is. Think about that, though. You recruited 100 people, 12 actually work. One is maybe a hustler. Okay? So now all those people you recruited, they're not doing anything, right? They're just taking their product. Half the time, they're not even taking their product. Okay? And the next month, you don't hit that rank. So you don't get that stipend. So do you think your company's paying for your car? No. Who's paying for that car? You are. And since you already got the MLM business for a side business to make money, because that's what your sponsor told you when she was doing the hustle online, and it goes on and on and on and on, and it's annoying AF. Okay? Nobody's MLM company buys them a car. Mary Kay doesn't even do it anymore. They make you lease it. Okay? On your own dime. And they give you a stipend. Okay? You still have to return it at the end of the lease. Even if you paid for it. And depending on whether or not you hit your thing, you're also paying all that returned leasing amount also. So don't believe when people tell you everything online. That hustle mentality is exhausting. And it has taken away from us living in the today's life, right? Everybody wants to know that, how you can enjoy more life, right? Some people believe that in order to enjoy life, you need to earn more money, have a perfect relationship, have the greatest friends ever, and have like wine parties and painting parties and become like well-respected or famous online. You do not. Right? Because plenty of people have those things and more, and they're still miserable. Okay? We need to live now, in your today. You deserve today. Okay? If we're just spending 100% of our time for tomorrow, we're missing out on today. And if your hustle to set up all these goals aren't what they're supposed to be, you can always still be like a go-getter. I am. I have great plans for a podcast, great plans for all my books. I'm planning this big European vacation. There's tons of stuff that I could do, like, I don't know, could have done yesterday. I have thousands of people who are like, hey, they're putting out their second book already with a bunch of typos, and they're self-publishing and all that. I get that. Okay. Oh, you're still working on your book? Yeah, because I want to do it right. It's not, I'm working on it. There are things that I want. It's bigger than just a book that I want to put out to say that my name's on it. It's more important to me. I'm attaching a curriculum and an ideology behind getting kids the opportunity to learn travel and culture through food. It's more to me. And plus, I'm enjoying doing all that research and stuff with Peter and enjoying today doing that, knowing that tomorrow, when we get to those books and all the publishing comes and the final edits and all that, and the illustrations are completed and approved by me, because they're my illustrations, right? I'm like my worst harsh critic on the illustrations. I'm like, yeah, that one's not going to work. Then I'm still striving for more, but I'm accepting where I am right now. I like where I'm at right now. I love it. And sometimes you need to remind yourself that, right? We need to cultivate, everybody talks about positive mindset, developing good habits, fill your life with meaning, okay? But there's probably no better skill to practice than learning how to enjoy life to its fullest, right? Living for today, that's an important life skill. And we're missing out a lot on that. And so the biggest thing you could do is just practice gratitude. And I'm not talking about gratitude and manifesting all this stuff in the future and getting your crystals out and praying and all that. No. You're falling into the hustle again. I mean, you could plan for all that, but before you even touch that, you need to open your gratitude or your devotional journal every day and be like, you know what? Today, I'm grateful I got this cup of coffee in my favorite mug. And my cocoa cash milk I made in my almond cow came out perfect. I'm grateful that every day that I am implementing Hooked on Phonics and reading and doing all these things with Peter, I'm seeing him be a reader and develop into all of these different words he's able to sound out now just randomly. He'll just read stuff on TV and we're like, what? I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for Mr. Sith. That today I'm allowed and have this blessing that I could stay home and homeschool my son, take care of bring my dog to doggy daycare, for crying out loud, that we can go to Europe for a half a month. That ain't cheap. But we worked hard and we paid. We planned this trip for 2 years. Did we hustle the trip? Nope. We didn't. We worked hard. And we have huge plans for the future as well. This was a plan on paper for us. It was a vision board, this trip. And we saved and we put things aside and we just did. And we're just grateful of where we were. And it would happen someday. And then 4 years later, here, we're less than 30 days away. And we're going to freaking Europe. Gratitude. Be grateful today. They're literally there are scientific studies that have found that being grateful improves self-esteem. It reduces negative emotions, specifically like envy. Okay. Because you're happy with what you have. You understand what you have. You've taken a moment to see where you are today. And that's great, right? It reduces the risk of major depression. You take better care of your health. You exercise more. You sleep better, unless you're me. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. But that's autoimmune in there as well, right? Let's not get crazy. And you could lower your levels of stress hormones. Just by practicing gratitude will help you how to understand and make you appreciate that you deserve today. Okay? You're okay with what you have. You have a house over your head. You have an apartment. You may or may not have a car. You may or may not have a job. But maybe if you don't have a job, there's a new one that's going to be better because that old job was crappy as heck. And all they did was not utilize you to your fullest and cause you a bunch of strife and stress and didn't pay you enough for your abilities and your talents that you did for that company. And that there's a new one coming that is going to reward you with all those things and be more fulfilling for you in the long run. Those are the things that will help you get to the next level. Okay. Work on your mindfulness, right? Mindfulness. A lot of people don't really understand what mindfulness. There's a series for kids for this, calling the mindfulness pages. Okay. And just kind of helping you understand that mindfulness is the act of being fully present and aware of where you are, who you're with, what you're doing without distractions, okay, of thoughts and judgments and emotions, right? And there's a series that I've been doing with Pete for quite some time that it does this, right? And it's, we stay quiet and we find our position and we close our eyes. And then I just will read different things, like, what do you hear in the background? What do you hear louder? What do you hear far away? How do you feel when you do that? Is your heart going fast? Is it going slow? You know what I mean? And he has a really good time with this. It's stuff he comes up with, and half the time he tells me he could hear stuff, and I'm like, I'm deaf. So I'm like, wow, he can hear that? That's amazing. But mindfulness, when we learn how to enjoy the moment, you become calm and focused and happy. And when you're practicing mindfulness, you can start by removing the things that distract you from the environment, right? Social media, TV, music, just saying it, social media. Then quiet your thoughts, right? By not paying attention to them. And instead, just focus your attention on your breathing. If that's all you can do, right? I can never do meditation. My mind is all over the place. Okay. But mindfulness I can do, because mindfulness focuses. There you go. That's an actual word. It'll focus your attention on your breathing or something else. And I know they do that in yoga, but I feel that it's done in a way that kind of makes me think it's goofy. I know it sounds weird. It's all mine. If you're like me, mindfulness will probably work for you, right? Go for a walk in nature, observe the sights and sounds, exercise, feel how your body's feeling, taking pleasure in small things, right? Enjoying a hot shower, cup of coffee, cup of tea, really a real good cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? What kind of undertones are in the tea? What kind of finish does it have? Does it feel warm going down your throat? Did you do it iced? How's it feel? Still got sugar in it? Or did you use liquid sugar? Just saying. Got to go all in on this, right? But remember, you deserve today. Put yourself first. Girls and boys, it's hard to enjoy life every day if you never put your own needs first. I suck at this, but I am really, really putting in a positive effort this year. I'm going all in on putting myself first, and I'm finally feeling better. It's so weird for me. Right now, I'm either sleeping really well or I'm not sleeping at all. And it depends, and it's because I'm pushing myself more and more. I'm trying to walk more because I'm prepping myself for Europe, right? I need to see where my pain points are with not only just the foot that was operated on, but also with the rest of my body being off alignment, right? Going and get the massages to get back on alignment when I find out where those were. Push yourself even more. Where are the new pains? And keep working with that, because there's going to come a time where I just run out of time, and I'm going to be in Europe and I'm going to walk around and my pain point is going to hit. And then it's just going to be, you got to go and you got to do this. Right. And so I'm used to that anyway, but I'm trying to extend that to a bigger day. But I'm also planning sit downs and stuff like that. I'm not doing a backpack hike. We're not doing that. But put yourself first, right? If you want to feel content and peaceful, you need to have time to relax, have fun, be productive, explore new things, right? Develop healthy relationships. Okay. If somebody asks you to do something you don't want to do, consider saying no. It sounds, oh, duh. Okay, let me tell you, this is a struggle for me. Okay. It doesn't mean that I shouldn't like be kind to them. Okay. It just means that I need to take care of my own needs first. You got to protect your time and energy. You know why? Because you deserve today and you deserve it. Okay. Be kind to yourself. Girls and boys, how many times have I talked about not being kind to yourself? Yeah. We're going to talk about this more. I'm going to head out for a quick sponsor break, and then we're going to hit on this. Today's episode of Finding Calm in the Chaos is sponsored by Reclaimed. Reclaimed is a one-man brand from Chicago, Illinois, specializing in handmade commercial and residential furniture and fixtures. The man behind the brand is Brian McQuaid, and the soul of his business is anchored in his handmade wood art pieces. Don't think that these pieces are just ordinary furniture and fixtures. These pieces were founded under the notion that art should be affordable to everyone. Each piece is custom designed and crafted with everything he's got, which means you're not getting a plain big box item made in mass, but a personalized, meaningful work of art that will bring compliments from whoever sees your reclaimed piece and joy with you seeing and using your piece daily. Not a single person, I will tell you, walks into my office without asking me about my reclaimed desk and end table. And they can't hang their coats without asking me where I got the cool railroad spike wall coat rack either. Brian's talents go far beyond desk tables and coat racks. Personalized hearts, jewelry boxes, flags, special occasions. It's art, folks, so the possibilities are pretty much endless. You don't have to take my word for it. You can check out the beautiful art of Reclaimed at www.reclaimedchicago.etsy.com. Again, that's www.reclaimedchicago.etsy.com. Or check out and follow them on Instagram at Reclaimed, BRECLAIMED.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okie dokie dokies. Hello, we're back talking about how you deserve today and little things you could do to pull yourself out of the hustle and still kind of, thrive to be better, but doing it while accepting and enjoying who you are today. Like you deserve that. Okay. So, the one we were talking about is being kind to yourself. Okay. We all make mistakes. We all miss the marks, right? We got to be kind to ourselves in these moments. Okay. Whatever's happens. There's nothing you can do about the past except learn from it, right? And how you're going to react to it. Okay. This is incredibly tough in the beginning, but it does get easier with practice. I'm finding that the more I'm like blowing it off and just being like, listen, Denise, it happens. It's the same thing with the books, right? So everybody, it's just kind of putting a little pressure on me about, I have friends who are putting out their second and third books now, and they're asking like, where's my book? And I have some friends who are putting out their second and third books, and they're not saying anything to me because they're living in today, right? They're just concerned about themselves. They're doing what I'm doing, right? They're deserving today. They're living in today, and they have goals, but they want to do it in a time that is going to, and there's an episode with the dog in it. There isn't going to be, I'm going to wonder, like, we should do a count to see how long it'll be before I can get through an episode without Buster barking. I mean, let's be honest, right? But you know what I mean? I just want to make sure I get through all these today because it's really important. It really just breaks my heart because I've been there to see all these people working so hard on the struggle and the hustle. The struggle of the hustle is what it is. And it's the same stuff, and then they use the mama pressure points, right? All the pain points of being a mama to reel people in, and it's not helping your hustle in the long run. In all honesty, MLM has been doing this for so long that I almost feel at some point, it's like we know it's there. I mean, someone who's been in it for over a decade, I notice all that. It's the same thing that I was taught, and they're still teaching it. And it's unfortunate because some of the products are really good. Okay. You know, you take out the middleman, there's a middleman no matter what, right? The middleman, if you want it to be your friend, they'll push that too, you know? And, you know, you would want the middleman to be me instead of a store. Actually, it's the same thing, except less aggravation. In all honesty, it's easier to just go to the middleman store. But I get it. But you can do it in a social selling settle, like in a area that is just less icky, right? But at the same time, you could still have the hustle, but you need to deserve today. Honestly, deserve today. Okay. So I'm gonna stop going on tangents. So give yourself permission. Blah, blah, blah. Can you tell I just ran in from letting the dog out? The secret of editing. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself permission to be happy and at peace in this moment. Okay? Because you deserve today. Okay? You do. Rest and recuperate. Something I've learned tremendously this year. You know, it's pretty challenging to learn how to enjoy life to its fullest if you're tired, burnt out, stressed. Amen, right? We all need time to rest and recuperate, okay? There's a lot happening in today's world, okay? You know, we work, we study, we do housework, we're keeping up with, you know, the last 2 years, managing finances, taking care of the family, you know, blah, 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 add it all, right? Make time to learn how to relax and enjoy life. I literally lacked the ability to relax and enjoy life. I had to learn how to do that. Okay? Take a quick nap, read a good book, listen to an Audible, listen to my podcast, go for a short walk, take a weekend trip somewhere quiet if you can do that. Okay? Eat that little bit of chocolate. Take the time for yourself. Go have the coffee. Okay? Just live for today because you deserve today. Okay? I'm going to keep saying that because you deserve today. I have no idea who said this, but it is a quote that I've put to the side here. And it says, it's very important that we relearn the art of resting and relaxing. And this called out to me because it reminded me of me. Still part of the quote. Not only does it help prevent the onset of many illnesses that develop through chronic tension and worrying, it allows us to clear our minds, focus, and find creative solutions to problems. Think about that. If you deserve today and live and truly appreciate today, and you rest and you relax and you take care of yourself and all of the things that we're talking about today, right? It allows you to clear your mind, focus, and find creative solutions to problems. Creative solutions. That means ideas and plans that you have for your future. Okay? So you can do both. Okay? You can strive to be successful and achieve things, but you can also be here and appreciate and deserve today and live in today. It's okay. Celebrate your small wins. I will tell people this. I never did this because if it wasn't the big goal, it didn't exist. For me, hey, if I hadn't written these books the way I said I was going to write them when I started off, okay, before I started, you know, meandering through this world of self-development, rest, relaxation, and self-care, put that all together, right? I was a mess. I would be just slaughtered in my heart right now that my books are not published. But I'm not. And you know what? I celebrate the small wins is that all my books are written. They're all written. I'm just choosing to experience them in Europe, the colors, the sights, the sounds, so that I know if I need to enrich these books with stuff that I missed from writing them as an American and not going abroad and being there in the present, these places that I'm going in the book. And so celebrate small wins. I've already got the books written. They basically write themselves, to be honest with you. I already have the recipes. Each book will have a recipe to celebrate a country or a place, I should say. And I already have my basic illustrations, meaning the characters are all developed. I just need to incorporate them into the book. Those are all small wins. I'm more than halfway there. I just need to put it all together and get the final product done. So celebrate your small wins, okay? Because social media will fool you into believing that life is about hopping from one experience or achievement to the other. That MLM mentality coming back again. But life is not made of achievements or experiences. It's made of the moments between them. I want you to remember that. I can't stress this enough because I missed out on this for 10 years, okay? I lost a decade, people, okay? Because my life was made of achievements and experiences. And I missed what it was really made of. And that are all the moments in between those. Okay. Don't just celebrate milestones. Okay. Because they happen every once in a mile. Duh. Instead, learn how to enjoy life by celebrating every step of the way. Okay. If you said that you were going to have your entire shed cleaned out by the end of the year and your new gardening center was going to go in there and you made plans and you literally made full out plans. You measured the new area. You bought all the stuff for it. It's ready to go, but you just haven't got in there to do it yet. Small win. You've already made plans. You've already put it into place and cleaned it out. What's your next step? Going in, taking it all apart, right? Putting up all the new stuff. Celebrate that. Getting the plants and putting it all in there. Celebrate that. Little by little, not just milestones. Okay. Little by little, because you deserve today, not just the end result. What if you never get to the end result? Because somehow you've grown, life changed, and your priorities changed, and your end result is something else. Maybe a year later. So you wasted a whole year not celebrating all of your little wins and appreciating yourself every day for what you've done because you deserve today, but you ignored yourself for today because you were just worried about the future, this huge goal that you were attaining. Now you've just changed that. So what just happened to the last year that you were miserable, hustling your ass off for something that you just changed? Now you're starting from day one again. It's really not that bad if you celebrate each day and you celebrate all your small wins. It's really no change at all. You know what it is? It's another celebration of a small win because you've just focused, redirected, and you got a new plan that is bigger and better and suits you. And it's not the shit. I just did a year's worth of hustling. Now I've changed everything and I've got to move it all over again. No. If you're doing this, it's all a win. All of it. Okay? Invest in yourself. Invest in your personal development. Because that is an act of self-love. I struggled with this. But obviously, when we do this, you're prioritizing your well-being, okay? You're also developing your self-awareness, okay? Which breeds self-compassion, acceptance, hold on to your hats, and happiness. Look for ways to improve yourself. Enjoy the process. It's really fun. It truly is. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Take online courses, journal, work out, meditate, you know it all, whatever you want. Go see a traditional Chinese medicine lady and, start walking again and, going to get massages because they help loosen you up. It's amazing when you invest in yourself, especially if you're a mom or the primary caregiver in your family. If you're not investing in yourself, let me tell you this. This is a key. This is the number one hint. You ain't investing in yourself. If you are a mom like I was, who constantly feels like she is a punching bag, you ain't investing in yourself. Okay? You're investing in everyone around you and sacrificing in yourself. You're the mercy mom, the mercy dad. Okay? You don't need to be that. Your kids don't want you to be hanging on by a string for their well-being. You know what they want? They want a happy mom who doesn't care that they just asked for the same thing for the 18th time in a row, for the 38th day. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't wear on you so thin when you're invested in yourself. You know what I'm saying? You deserve today, girl. It's honest to gosh, though, right? Nurture positive relationships. This was really hard for me, and I literally just cut out everybody. I'm like, you guys all suck. Excuse me. Having positive relationships in our lives is truly essential to feeling happy and content. If you are hanging with the same people and you are miserable, most likely, if they're still around, it's because they're miserable, because misery loves company. And so you need to pick your ass up from that area of friends, and you need to get up out of that room, shut the door, and go to another room where people are happy, and then have that start rubbing off on you. Okay. And when the misery people will be like hanging outside your new room and looking in the windows and being like, why are you in there? We want you to come out here. No, you don't. Don't go. Stay where you are. Okay. Don't go. It's a trap. Listen, it's literally a fad. Okay. The biggest study on happiness ever was conducted, found that spending time with other people made study subjects happier. Okay, on a day-to-day basis. So work on improving your relationships with your close friends and family, right? I've tried this, right? I even tried to do like the 5 love languages. Okay, so different ways to show people and interpret love. That didn't work for me. Okay, so there are, okay, I'm going to try to remember these. There's words of affirmation. I got to count them on my fingers. Quality time, acts of service, receiving gifts, and physical touch. Yeah, 5. That's 5. So Mr. Sith is words of affirmation. And I am receiving gifts. 2 totally things. Because here's our vicious circle. It makes sense if you know your love language, right? If I'm receiving gifts, okay, that means somebody appreciates me. I don't care if you brought me like daisies. I love daisies. If he brings me fresh, like cut, like I don't even care. Like go to Jewel and pick me up like a little daisy bouquet. That's like, pick me up too. Cause I like a full bouquet and I like to jam them all in that vase. So it looks so pretty and full. I love it. And, I'm just like, oh my God, I totally made dinner for you. Let me put it on your plate. Here you go. Should we get some dessert? Do you want me to make dessert? I didn't make dessert. What should we go get for dessert? Okay. But if I don't get gifts, you don't get words of affirmation. See this vicious circle? He doesn't talk. So if he's not talking and he's not a giver, and he gives every now and then, he's like Babka. He's a feast or famine gift giver. Okay. Either it's amazing. Totally. I can't believe you got me this. Like the year he got me the Peloton, I thought I was going to die. I'm like, what? It was like what I want. I know people are like, you got a Peloton or Christmas? I wanted one like super bad. And I never thought it would happen. And he did it. And it literally made me cry in front of my entire family. And they were like, it's an exercise bike. And I'm like, I don't care. It's my Peloton. I was so excited. I was like flying high. But then like he forgot my first Mother's Day. Never going to let that one go, Mr. Sith. So it's our vicious circle. But if you understand like the whole love language of who you're in a relationship with, no matter who or person that you're with on, like a best friend or whatnot, it's easier to have the relationship if you know what love language they are. I'm just saying. Meet new people. Struggle with this, but not everyone has lots of close relationships in their lives. I'm raising my hand right now. You outgrow friendships. That's me. New connections, really hard. Older mama, young kid. It's hard. But community and connection are literally essential to our happiness and well-being, which is why I'm always trying to move. And, the last lockdown stuff didn't help, right? Forcing people to self-isolate, making new friends just became like a whole new level of challenging, right? But it's still possible to strike up these friendships with people online, social media, Facebook groups, online course communities, crochet groups. I'm big in my crochet group. Start interacting with others online over shared passions, like my crochet stuff, right? And my food groups. And there's really some refreshing perspectives and personalities that could become part of your life. Like I have a friend, she's an online friend who is in Ohio. Ohio? Yes. Ohio. Kentucky? I don't know. How horrible is that? I'm 100% sure she's in Ohio. And I've never met her, but I really look to her page every morning. I want to know what's going on with her. I want to know what's going on with her home development projects they're doing, and home improvement. She's very crafty like me. She's got doggos. I like seeing what the dogs are going on. She is very rooted in her faith. She has helped me actually in faith. I just love her. And I feel like she's really good friends. And I know we kid online and be like, wow, like if we were neighbors, we would be like besties. And you never know if that's like playing, but I honestly believe that if me and this woman were friends online, we would be besties. If we weren't friends online and we were actual neighbors, we would be besties. 100%. So do whatever you can to find friends, or just talk. For me, that has been a huge outlet for me since it has been difficult post-lockdown to get people to kind of get over that hump because they're struggling with their own stuff, right? Getting out of the house. It has become a comfort. We were forced to stay inside. So now people are trying to get out of this comfort that they have developed to not leave their house. For me, I have to. I don't want to have that relaxation, okay? Because that's not relaxation. It's actually quite unhealthy to be in your house all the time. If there's anything we've learned over the last 2 years, we must know that it is not healthy physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually to be in your house for that long of a time, period. And I'll leave it at that. And I'm running long here. So consume less news and social media. I know I just told you to go on social media, but I didn't tell you to be on social media for 12 hours. I meant that if you need to chit chat with somebody, you go to their page, check out what they're doing. I literally spend per day, it used to be hours. If you're not sure, go into Facebook, your algorithm, and see how long you spend on social media. It'll tell you. It's frightening. I dare you to look. I spend no more than 45 minutes a day on social media now. It is mandatory. That does not include my inbox because I sometimes use Messenger as a chat instead of like text messaging. So I will have conversations and that's socializing. Okay. But scrolling to scroll, no, I don't do that. Okay. I go on, I post my stuff. I have dedicated times that I go by and I try to answer if I run out of my time for the day or it's running up to an hour. And you're seeing I'm not answering on a post that day or whatnot, I don't care about the algorithms now. I will wait until the next morning when my allotted time comes back into play for the day, and then I will answer as much as I can, make my post for the day. A lot of people, I know, and this is again, an MLM thing. I used to feel like I was obligated to post on all my teammates' posts. And because that's what they tell you, right? Boost their post, keep posting, whatever. And let me tell you, if I spent all day posting on everybody I liked posts on social media, that I get in my feed, I wouldn't have time to do anything with my family or do have any goals. And I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, you sent me a message. That's so kind and unexpected. Like, thank you. And it was because, listen, it happened to come up. It was within my allotted time and it truly touched me, or I liked your message. I'll wish happy birthdays, happy anniversaries, anything I can in my allotted time. But if it didn't come up, don't think I'm ignoring you or anything like that. If the algorithms are kind of like you're slave to the algorithms, and I don't go above and beyond that anymore, because once it runs into my personal time, it goes off, and that is healthy. It's just healthy, right? But less news. Yeah, I haven't watched the news in like almost 10 years. I'm not even gonna lie. I live in the Chicago area. Let me explain to you why I don't. So my parents were here a couple weekends ago. Excuse me. And they were, my dad wanted to watch the news. I got to take a drink of water. I got a dry throat. Thank you. And dry throat. And my dad wanted to watch like regular news. So Peter was doing stuff with grandma. So he put on the news, right? I was doing my Italian lesson on the couch. In the 15 minutes that he had the news on, okay, all I heard was about a killing in Texas, a killing in Indiana. We live in Chicago. And then the remaining 14 minutes was about all of these various people who've gotten shot. What was it? It was like shot, mob, mass beat. There was a mass beating from a mob in downtown Chicago. Apparently this is a thing now, where some lady was outside her apartment building down in a once prestigious part, meaning money, okay, of downtown Chicago, in the Loop we call it. And a mob of teenagers surrounded her. And literally, she was trying to hurt. It's on camera, which is disgusting to even see. I'm like, why are they showing this on TV? Turn this shit off. This is why I don't watch this. No wonder you're miserable all day. If this is all you're consuming all day, watch a documentary or something, or the dog show. Like, what? No. Basically, they talked about how this woman was attacked by a mob of hundreds of teenagers who beat, kicked, and almost scalped her by pulling her hair out of her head while she was just going about her daily business and going in because they felt like it. And the mayor of Chicago, the new mayor, I might add, his comment was to state he couldn't make a comment about the teenagers until he knew more about their situation, even though he just watched a video of a mob of teenagers scalping, beating, and having on the floor, basically being kicked. I have no idea if this woman's alive. I don't know, but it made me sick. And I thought, you know what? Don't watch that stuff in my house. Like, turn that crap off. We don't watch that. And here's something right now. There is scientific proof that it is damaging to constantly be reading the news and watching it, because constant exposure to negative information can indeed impact our brain. Okay? And even more than that, a new study was published in the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology that concluded that social media causes negative effects on well-being, primarily depression and loneliness. And that's from everybody highlighting their hustle and all of these influencers about how amazing every day is with their 7,000 filters on, and only highlighting the shit they need you to know because it's a pain point that will get you to buy something from them or join them. Why? Because you're home depressed and lonely and you want community. And hey, girl, we're here for you. You can sit at my table. Oh my God, I'm eye rolling right now because it hasn't changed in over a decade. And people are still falling for this. So cut out the negativity, save your attention for things that uplift you. Okay? Like all the things that we used upstairs, right? And again, use the tracking app and understand how much time you spend on social media or news sites if you're looking there. I don't even look. I don't care anymore. I don't care. And if I want to know something, I will look it up and find out the information myself. Because you don't need to be miserable, okay? You deserve today. You deserve to be happy today as well, okay? Try new things. Try new things. Experience new places. It invigorates our senses. It also expands your perspectives. That's why I love travel. And I know that not everybody has the luxury to be able to travel like I like to travel. And that is what inspired me to write the book series for children that I'm doing. Because I want everybody to be able to experience that. Because especially to me, the biggest way you can experience culture and difference in other cultures is through food. Oh, I just think it's an amazing and beautiful thing. Is there anything that you've wanted to do or learn? Is there somewhere you've wanted to go? These are things you need to ask yourself, right? Write a list of places you want to go, things you want to do, activities, big things like becoming your own boss, right? Small things like getting takeout from a restaurant you always wanted to see, but you never visited. I mean, it could be that small, okay? And then schedule these things into your damn schedule, okay? Start with the small, quick wins and work your way up to the big ticket items, like our Europe trip, right? Put it on the vision board, plan it. Vision board is not just a bunch of, I hate when people are like, just put a bunch of pictures up there and then get your crystals and manifest it, girl. You could do it. No, you can't. First off, you don't even know how much that shit costs. Okay, honey? No, we talked about this in the past. I have. You need to put a vision board together. But if you want, we have an RV, okay? Pick your RV. We went RV hunting. We went to an RV park, like a sales park, and went and priced out, talked to a guy, looked at different, kinds of RVs, what we liked. Do we want a fifth wheel? Do we not want a fifth wheel? Do we want the truck cabin? Do we want the bus cabin? I prefer the bus cabin because I feel like as soon as you get into it, yeah, you're driving a bus, but your party has started, your vacation immediately, right? You are in the damn vacation place. If you're in a truck, you're sitting in a truck and you're trailing it behind you. Nobody can sit there. Everybody's got to jam in the front or be in a different car. And, that's like vacation hasn't started yet. You know what I'm saying? So we priced it out and then we wrote it, what it would cost on the back of the picture. So all of my vision board that people sometimes see in the background when I take pictures and stuff, you will see every one of those pictures has a price on the back of it, and we update that price annually. So if you keep it up there, I don't care if you keep it up there for 10 years, okay? You have to keep updating your price so that as you're working and you're trying to do the things to save the money for those things, that you're not like saving your money for a Porsche that you priced out in 2003 and it's 2023. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. Get rid of clutter. I keep telling you this because tidy space, tidy mind. Okay. And I'm telling you, a lot of people who struggle with this every day, it's because you're overwhelmed, and clutter is part of being overwhelmed. So you deserve today, clean up a little, donate it out, and only clean like a little bit at a time. Sell it online. Okay. You get extra money. Put it towards some of your wish lists or your future, plans that you got, right? And this way you're enjoying today. Let's just say you wanted to clean out the toy room like we do. Peter puts all his stuff on Facebook Marketplace. He prices it out. I tell him, well, maybe it's probably worth a little less than that, or maybe it's worth a little more. And then we're going to celebrate that win that we sold everything. Okay. And then we're going to take that money and we're going to put it in the bank. And then he gets a little to buy himself a gift or whatnot. That's what you got to do. Spend money on experiences, peeps, not possessions. This is really hard for me because studies do show that experiences make us happier than possessions, which is why I'm doing that. Because why? The initial happiness of acquiring something new fades over time, right? But the experience continues to provide joy through memories. And this is something I never had. Why? Childhood experiences, right? We never did anything growing up. We never went on vacation. We didn't do anything. Okay. So I want to make sure that I'm doing all of that and transferring this habit I have of buying things and transferring that over into feeling joy with experiences. Okay. It's super, super important. There's tons to do on all of this, but the most important thing is that you deserve today. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, my friend, take the time to do just one or two of the things that we've talked about today, and you deserve today. Just keep telling you that. Look in the mirror and say, I deserve today. I don't care if you're working on a promotion. You may or may not get the promotion. You may or may not even be at that company in a year. So don't get hung up on not celebrating yourself every day. Celebrate your little wins along the way, and then you'll eventually get to the big win. But the important thing is, if you deserve today and you treat every day like you deserve it, then all of the extra stuff is just icing on the cake. And there you go. So I'll leave you guys with that this year. Sorry, I ran an hour today, a little less than an hour, but I have to tell you that I appreciate every single one of you that listen every week on the podcast. And I am personally trying to grow the podcast myself. We currently are in over 35 countries internationally, and we get on average about 2,300 downloads per episode. That's huge for a non-celebrity podcaster. I'm asking that if you do listen every week, that you take just a few minutes out of your time to leave a review for the podcast. It makes a huge difference to me in the long run. On the podcasting platforms, if you say a few words, that's great. Even a thumbs up, but make sure you check those stars. And this gives the podcasting platforms the ability to see that people are listening because they're actually typing. Sometimes just having the downloads alone don't really make a lot of difference when you want to grow to the level that I'm looking to grow in my goals. And as usual, have a fantastic week. I'll talk to you next Wednesday. And until then, lead with kindness. Thank you, friends, for spending this time with me today. If you found some calm listening in, please take a moment to subscribe to Finding Calm in the Chaos. And just so you don't miss out on future episodes, make sure you're receiving notifications. Thanks again. Until next time, lead with kindness.